20-game pool play. It's an intra-state matchup, which has big ramifications where bracket play is concerned. Moses Lake, Washington taking on Vancouver. The North Washington area state champions taking on the Pacific Northwest champs. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. James Crenshaw at the helm. He's in control of all aspects of the game from a video and graphic perspective, and iFiber is providing your camera ops for this one, and we are ready to go. As you have got a 2-1 Moses Lake squad, they will be the home team in this one, the River Dogs, taking on Prime Time, which is an 0-2 Pacific Northwest region champion. But where Vancouver is concerned, they got the opening day off. This is only their third game of 4 in pool play. Win this one, win the next one tomorrow against the squad that you play out of the Ohio Valley. You got a shot at getting in despite the 0-2 start. Meanwhile, where Moses Lake is concerned, it's pretty much cut and dry. You win, you're in. You lose, and, well, then you got to hope that you get a little help to get in. And there is possibly a scenario in the National Division, and we'll talk about it as we go on. But there is a scenario of games played and teams winning that could get a 3-loss team into the bracket play. Some things have got to happen to make that happen. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Let's get the offenses set for you. First of all, for Vancouver, shortstop Isaiah Parker into the batter's box to start things off. Jasper Rank is the extra player. He will bat second. Taron Yarnell, the second baseman in the 3 spot. Jacob Hammond playing third, will bat fourth. Andy Shear is the left fielder, batting 5th. Dylan Hamilton pitching and batting 6th. Dylan Grauty is playing right field, batting 7th. Alex Brady, he will bat 8th while playing first. Hayden Williamson, the catcher, has got the 9th spot, and Derek Metler at third, batting 10th for Vancouver. And the walk issued to the first guy up. Isaiah Parker will trot down to first. So the base runner aboard to begin the top part of the first. Jasper Rank comes to the plate, the extra player, while Taron Yarnell moves to the on-deck circle. Defensively for Moses Lake, Cameron Corello is on the hill. Behind the plate, Seth Alvarado. The first baseman is Dax Lindgren. At second, Emmett Tatum. Shortstop Cody Alvarado. The toss will get away from Seth Alvarado, and that will get Isaiah Parker to second, now in scoring position. Dominic Signorelli, he is the third baseman. And meanwhile, the Moses Lake outfield has Dalton Kittner in left. The center fielder is Evan McLean. And in right field, Josh Williams. 2-0 pitch count on Rank. Base runner aboard. It is noisy, and there's a reason that it's noisy. You got the stands full. You got the players chattering. Big rivalry between these two. Motioning for Parker to go on to third was Rank, but Coach was saying otherwise, and Coach at third going, okay, look at me, watch me, and that's what Parker did. Watched Coach and stays put in scoring position at second. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 base runner on. Parker got the walk. Rank batting, 3-0 the count, as we mentioned. Taron Yarnell is on deck. Both teams very similar look as the walk is issued to Rank. Both with a predominant white color. A little aqua mixed in for your home team, Moses Lake. A little orange tossed in for primetime Vancouver. Today's been an interesting day for pitchers. It has not been a particularly kind one for pitchers. The last couple of games, starting pitcher has gone no further than 7 at-bats in for one of the two teams. Cape Cod's pitcher lifted after 7. And the Surrey County pitcher in the preceding game lifted after facing 6. So it has been a Tuesday in which starting pitching has not necessarily carried the team far, at least in some instances. Of course, on the other hand, you got a situation where, as this one is bunted by Yarnell, fielded by Corello, tall toss, but able to make the catch over at first. That is first baseman Dax Lindgren, and there is one away. So the sacrifice will go 1-3, gets both base runners now in scoring position as Parker goes to third, and Rank is now the base runner at second. Jacob Hammond with an opportunity to produce some RBIs. Night starting to fall. Sunset officially at 8:20 here in Ephrata, Washington. Thanks so much for watching wherever you may be watching our game coverage. JockJive.com, Ephrata World Series 2017.com, the Babe Ruth Facebook page, and on iFiber. Couple of pitches out of the strike zone to Hammond, 2-0. Andy Shear to the on-deck circle. After a day in which temperatures reached 98, it's cooling off a bit. Here in Ephrata, another pitch outside of the strike zone. And Corella again paid a visit, this time again. Seth Alvarado, the catcher, going out to talk to his pitcher. Couple of base runners in scoring position, one away. Jacob Hammond batting. Well, let's take a look at some of the scenarios, and we'll start in the National Division, because that is the division in which these two teams participate, Moses Lake and Vancouver. There's another walk, bases loaded, and all three on. Compliments of Cameron Corella walks. And walking out to the plate, or make that to the mound, is Coach, and Coach has already made the decision. Well, I mentioned earlier in the day we had a starting pitcher last 7 at-bats. A little later on, we had a starting pitcher last 6 at-bats. And Cameron Corella will last 4 at-bats. The new pitcher after the break.
The commercial pilot program at Big Bend teaches students to fly and gives them the ratings and certificates necessary to work as a commercial pilot. Many of our students come to the commercial pilot program with little or even no aviation experience. They'll start flying an aircraft on day 2, and they progress through training with an instructor to flying the aircraft by themselves, traveling to other airports throughout the Northwest, and then they get to learn to fly in a variety of different aircraft. Our students are all scheduled to fly twice a week at a minimum, and they will attend aviation ground school courses that are taught here on campus by the same instructors they fly with. The program operates 23 aircraft, mostly single-engine trainers. We also have multi-engine aircraft, as well as a float plane and a tailwheel aircraft. Moses Lake offers great weather for aviation and for training, with 5 runways at the airport, 13 approaches, a tower, and radar control. Our students also have the opportunity to operate in airspace that includes Boeing jets, the military, and lots of other flight training and testing activities.
There you take a look inside a dugout that's got to be relatively pleased right now. The bases are loaded. They have not produced a base hit. But the bases are loaded with 1 out. That is Vancouver. Parker has walked. Rank has walked. Hammond has walked. All by Cameron Corella. And the 3 walks have resulted in his pulling. Isaac Baker now on the hill for the River Dogs. Officially, Corella working 1/3 of an inning. No strikeouts, 3 walks, no hits given up. No runs thus far, but the bases are loaded. And Isaac Baker will step up onto the bump, and apparently plate umpire Greg Chenard saw something on the pitcher that he thought must go. And that looks like one of those wraps around the belt that give you all the various plays. So the extra paraphernalia off of Baker. And he will step onto the bump and get ready to face Andy Shear. Dylan Hamilton is on deck. Bases all loaded. Prime time, in prime time with 3 on. All right, the scenarios. In the National Division, Mid-County, Texas already in as the #1 team. They are 3-0. If they suffer a loss tomorrow to Tucson, Arizona. And let's say Moses Lake wins this game tonight. Two teams with a 3-1 mark, but if you look to head-to-head competition, Mid-County Texas has defeated Moses Lake. So Mid-County Texas is guaranteed the #1 spot in the National Division. If Moses Lake wins this one, they are in as the #2 team. They would be 3-1. They would have wrapped up pool play. This is their last game for Moses Lake. If they win, they're in. If they lose, that's where you get some oddities mixed in. Reaching out to punt is Shear, and he committed on the attempt. It is a 2-strike count on Shear. If you defeat Moses Lake, and then if Vancouver wins tomorrow, and tomorrow they would be playing Blue Lick, Kentucky. They finish 2-2. If Tucson, Arizona beat Mid-County Texas, they finish 2-2. Then you would look to head-to-head competition. And in head-to-head competition, well, you would get Vancouver in. Or actually, you would get Tucson in. Let me correct that. You would get Tucson in. Tucson won their game with Vancouver by a final score of 9-4. So in that scenario, and of course Vancouver's got to win tonight, got to beat Blue Lick. And if Tucson beat Mid-County, then you've got that scenario with a couple of teams tied at 2 apiece. And they would be in on virtue of the fact, well, again, you got to consider too the runs scored. If you had a 3-way tie at 2-2, popped up into center field, Andy Shear coming in from center to make the catch. That is Evan McLean. He will fire home and make sure that Isaiah Parker stays put at third. So in reality, it is difficult to determine exactly who in a tiebreaker scenario would be in, because you've got to consider the number of runs allowed. And that's impossible to do at this point, because we got this one to play and we've got baseball to play tomorrow. And just suffice it to say that you would have the possibility of getting a Vancouver team in, as this one is lifted towards right field. And over to make the catch and register the out is Josh Williams. So it was the right decision to get Isaac Baker on the hill as he gets Shear to fly out and Dylan Hamilton to do the same. Bases left loaded. Nobody scores in the top part of the first. We go to the bottom part. Moses Lake coming to the bat.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Bottom of the first, top of the order, Emmett Tatum, the second baseman for Moses Lake, will start things off. Shortstop Cody Alvarado batting in the 2 spot. Dominic Signorelli is the third baseman batting third. Evan McLean in center field batting fourth. Caleb Juarez is the EP in the 5 hole. Seth Alvarado is behind the plate batting sixth. Josh Williams, who just made that catch to put an end to the top of the first, will bat in the 7th spot. Dax Lindgren is the first baseman hitting 8th. Dalton Kittner in left field hitting 9th, and Cameron Corello was slated to be the 10 hitter. We will make the assumption, unless a pinch hitter is installed, that Isaac Baker who came in for Corella, will hit in that 10 spot, but we will just have to wait and see. Probably not interesting to anybody else, just broadcasters who have been sitting through 16 ball games, as you start to pick up on these little things that mean absolutely nothing. But just interesting that the pitchers who have been pulled quickly today, one after 7, one after 6, and today Corella after 4 at-bats, they were also in the bottom of the order, either the 9 or 10 hitter, and didn't get a chance to bat. Means nothing, but just interesting when you watch so many ball games to look at the differing variables in a contest. Vancouver has got Dylan Hamilton on the hill. Hayden Williamson behind the plate. Alex Brady is at first. The second baseman, Taron Yarnell. Lifted high into the air by Tatum, over into foul territory. Alex Brady says, "I've got it." He does. And there's one away. One out for Cody Alvarado. Isaiah Parker at shortstop. Jacob Hammond at third as we continue to look at the Vancouver defense. In left field, Andy Shear. In center field, you will find, and I apparently did not write our center fielder. That is Hammond, Jacob Hammond, who is in center field. And then, of course, in right field, you've got Dylan Grawdy. So there is your lineup, defensively, offensively as well. Couple of pitches outside of the strike zone to Cody Alvarado. Dominic Signorelli moving to the on-deck circle. So in the National Division, Mid-County, Texas in. Moses Lake, if they win, they are in. If Vancouver wins, could throw things into a turmoil. And there is the possibility of a 3-loss team getting in the National Division. A 3-loss team will not get in the American Division, as the walk is issued to Cody Alvarado. In the American Division, Charleston will be number 1 on virtue of the fact they are 3-0, have 1 game to play. And if they finish tied at 3-1 with Ephrata, which is the only team that can potentially end with the same win-loss record in pool play, Charleston has beaten Ephrata. So Charleston is in as the number 1 team in the American Division. Out is Surrey County, North Carolina. They lost today to Mount Olive, New Jersey, and they're out. The interesting scenario in the American Division is that if Mount Olive beat Ephrata, and they play tomorrow, then there is a situation in which Cape Cod might not get in, as this one is hit into right field, and Dominic Signorelli traveling to second as the throw goes to third and gets Cody Alvarado. Signorelli with the single. Alvarado wanted to get to third, but here's why he is not there safely. Throw got there, and the tag laid on the back of Alvarado by Derek Metler. And out goes Alvarado for out number 2. Signorelli with a throw to third goes to second, but he's there with 2 gone for Evan McClain. Wow, we've seen some great defense, some great plays in this World Series. And by the way, there above your scoreboard, right side, hashtag Babe Ruth WS. Put that into the search engine on Facebook and Twitter, and it pulls up all the big plays for the Babe Ruth World Series. You're going to want to check them out. Some sensational stops, catches, some razzle-dazzle, some big hits. Out of the strike zone to Evan McClain. Counting it at 1 with 2 gone and a base runner at second. Well, you expected this one to be intense, high energy, electric, as 2 teams from the state of Washington are battling. That's why you see WA and WA on your scoreboard. A couple of Washington teams. The one in orange, Vancouver, the one in aqua, Moses Lake. Still a possibility where Washington State fans are concerned, especially those from here in the Ephrata Moses Lake area. Still a possibility that you have a River Dog showdown for the Babe Ruth World Series Championship. And you know, you think about it, it is not that far-fetched. I mean, it's not like something miraculous has got to happen as this one has popped up. And there at second, the catch made by Taryn Yarnell. Well, just as base runners got on in the top part, they get on in the bottom part. But the same was true in top parts of inning one. Nobody scores.
Golfers, challenge yourself this season at Gamble Sands in Brewster, Washington, just 33 miles from Lake Chelan. Hi, Kevin Calabro here. You know, every Gamble Sands round is a fabulous bucket list experience. Gamble Sands was designed by David McClay Kidd, author of The Bandon Dunes. Go to gamblesands.com and take a look at this place. You'll see why Golf Digest and Golf Magazine recognize Gamble Sands as the best new course of 2014. Certainly is mine. Make your tee times now at gamblesands.com.
Top of the second, Dylan Crawley leading things off. The guy that made the spectacular throw from right field to third to gun down Cody Alvarado will begin the second. Alex Brady, Hayden Williamson due up in the inning two. It is bunted right back to Baker. A little too much on the bunt. And Crawley will go out on the 1-3 putout. And Crawley was trying to slow that thing down in the grass, but it got to Baker quickly. And able to throw out Grotty for out number one. Alex Brady steps in. Hayden Williamson moves to the on-deck circle. Obviously, where the two divisions are concerned, when you got a couple of unbeaten squads, for the moment in time, they are the favorites. In the American Division, Charleston, Missouri at 3-0. In the National Division, Mid-County, Texas at 3-0. But as I mentioned, going into the break, a matchup in the World Series Championship between Moses Lake and Ephrata. Not that far-fetched. A very good possibility. With a victory tonight, obviously, Moses Lake would finish 3-1. Ephrata, if they knock off Mount Olive, New Jersey, they would finish 3-1. Both would be playing on Thursday. So to get to the championship, you've got to play a couple of games. You've got to play on Thursday and Friday. But just not that far-fetched based on the way these two teams have played. But here's the great thing about this World Series. We are 16 games into pool play, still got bracket play, and there are 9 of the 10 teams who've still got a chance. As there's a strikeout of Brady. And though there are favorites, well, those favorites aren't shoe-ins. It's not like one of those World Series where you go, oh yeah, they got it. Have you seen them play? They're beating everybody by double digits. They're mercy ruling everybody. We haven't had that.
You can make a choice. You want to play tonight, stop. You want to talk to him about it, you can talk to him. I'm not going to argue with this stuff. Okay, what's he talking? I know you don't coach him. I know exactly what he's talking about.
We got to get in on the conversation because it involved Greg Chouinard, the plate umpire, and apparently something happened behind the plate. And I think originally his conversation was directed at catcher Sal Alvarado. Well, the bits of verbiage that I picked up was, if you want to play tonight, and then I missed the rest of it, but those are words that indicate Greg Chouinard, who is the umpire behind home plate, is like, we're going to play by the rules. I'm going to enforce the rules. Can't live with it. Let's move on and get somebody who can. I mean, that's what I read into it. Into the strike zone to Hayden Williamson with 2 away. Your officiating crew, as I mentioned, Greg Chenard behind home plate, Dennis Duke at first. Jeremy Cranston is at third. Two gone, nobody aboard. We're in the top part of the second. Last game of another 4-game day. The next to the last of our 4-game days. Tomorrow, games at 8, 11, 5, and 8. But on Thursday and Friday, just 5 o'clock and 7:30 ball games and a championship on Saturday. So the bulk of the games behind us, but the big ones lie ahead. 3 balls and a strike on Hayden Williamson. Fouled off to run the count full, 3-2. Pool play has already come to an end for Cape Cod. They finished 2-2. And now we're sitting back to see if they get in. I can tell you who is pulling for Mount Olive and Ephrata in that contest. It is Cape Cod, as there was a swing and a miss. And they are pulling, by the way, for Ephrata. They do not want a Mount Olive win, because if you get a Mount Olive win, you got 3 teams tied at 2-2, and they're possibly out based on runs allowed. But there again, won't know anything for certain until tomorrow night. Let's go to the bottom of the second. We will certainly do that after the break.
Today's Best Western is more rewarding than ever. Rewards members get our best rates every stay. And with rewards points that never expire, you get more free nights at over 4,200 hotels worldwide, gift cards, and instant rewards. Now get a $10 gift card with every night you stay. Let's go get rewarded. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Before the final touches were made, before the swing was built, before the trees were there, before the holes were dug, before any of that, a call was made so all underground lines could be marked, so the holes could be dug, the trees could be planted, the swing could be built, and the final touches made to a picture-perfect project. Dream, plan, prepare. Call 811 before you dig.
Bottom of the second, Caleb Juarez coming to the plate. Seth Alvarado, Josh Williams due up in the Moses Lake bottom part of the second. Scoreless through 1.5 going into the bottom part of the inning. By the way, for those of you who are going, wait a minute, aren't you supposed to start taking text shout-outs? We do that in the 3rd and 4th. 3rd inning and 4th inning. You want to send a shout-out, we'll have a number posted on the scoreboard, and just text to your little heart's delight in innings 3 and 4. Foul back by Juarez. But it's always interesting to look at the varying scenarios, but the fact of the matter is there are still so many unknown variables that if you're going to try to work out in your mind every single scenario as to what could happen and who could place where, you're going to drive yourself crazy, and there would be a litany of variables because you don't know the number of runs in a game. Into the strike zone. The number of runs scored have an impact if you wind up with a tie. So suffice to say now, Charleston, Missouri in the American Division, Mid-County, Texas in the National Division. As this is popped in the direction of right field. A late jump, but able to get to it in right is Dylan Grauty. I'm not sure that Grauty picked it up immediately. And that's why this was a little more iffy until Grauty got there and caught it while sliding. 1 away for Seth Alvarado. Josh Williams on deck. Here's the Baker pitch. Make that Dylan Hamilton, by the way, tossing the balls and strikes for Vancouver, Washington. See, I'm getting mixed up between these two Washington squads. High fly ball towards left field. And that will drop off the mid of Isaiah Parker. Again, it's that time of the night where you really get discombobulated with shots high into the air. You saw it when Grauty did field but had trouble initially on the Caleb Juarez shot. And on this particular shot to left, Andy Shearer actually dropped back to begin with. And then started running forward. Isaiah Parker from short trying to make the catch. Could not, and the E6 has got Alvarado on. Josh Williams digs in. Dax Lindgren to the on-deck circle. High pitch for ball 1 to Williams. Another beautiful night here in Ephrata. Temperatures have dropped down into the 80s. Absolutely no breeze, which has been the case at nighttime for most games in the series. Into center field for Josh Williams. And now that air in left field, committed by shortstop Parker, looming a little bit larger as Alvarado goes to second. Williams, the base runner, at first. 86 degrees in Ephrata. Humidity at 25%. Southwest winds at 5. Visibility of 5 miles. With 2 aboard, Williams at first, Alvarado the base runner at second. Dylan Hamilton has given up a couple of base hits. A little cat and mouse going on there at second, trying to pick off the base runner Alvarado. He is able to get back in safely. Timeout asked for by Lindgren. Greg Chenard complies, gives him an opportunity to take a break out of the box. The left-hander goes back in. And the righty Dylan Hamilton gets prepared to deliver. Does so outside of the strike zone. Got up to 98 today here in Ephrata. Into the strike zone, and the count will go even. Should drop down to 71 overnight. As I mentioned in the prior ball game, it's after the World Series ends that the cool weather moves in. 81 the high on Monday. 2 balls and a strike on Dax Lindgren. Dalton Kittner coming up. Bottom of the second, in the third. Your shout-outs. Quick reminder, love to have you as a friend on Facebook. 165 over the 10,000 mark now. Three and one, and out to talk to his pitcher is Hayden Williamson. But if you haven't followed us already on Twitter and Facebook, hold on for Twitter, because we want to do that in the 6th. But go ahead now and like us on Facebook. Put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine. We, of course, get you updated on score schedules and a whole lot more. But the big attraction currently is all the video clips, all the highlights from World Series play. So if you like us on Facebook, you've already got access to it. But of course, if you put hashtag Babe Ruth WS in the search engine, then you get all the clips grouped together. Dylan Graudy is already on there twice. Lindgren pops it up towards center field. Jacob Hammond comes in to make the catch. Lindgren is out number 2. 2 gone for Dalton Kittner. And it is, by the way, Isaac Baker who has moved to the on-deck circle, so he represents the 10-hitter, which we anticipated with the pulling of Cameron Corelli. But just needed verification. We got it with Baker there now. Major League Baseball in full swing tonight. Lots of games. We'll get to those scores a little bit later on. .1-0 comes in a little bit high. 2-0. Well, I mentioned the various forms in which you can watch the game. our website, their website, Being Afraid of World Series 2017. You see it there on the backstop. Facebook, Babe Ruth Baseball's Facebook page has the game coverage. When you go there, like them as well. They didn't ask me to push them to 10, but hey, we got there. We'd like some folks to join us. So go to Facebook, look up the game, like Babe Ruth Baseball. Count even at 2 on Kittner. And as I mentioned, iFiber's got it on here in the Afraid of Washington area. Thanks, iFiber. It drops in, struck out as Kittner, left on are Williams and Alvarado. And we have played a couple of innings of baseball and still nary a run home. We go to the third. Your shout-outs coming up in the third and fourth here on Jock Jive Sports.
Hi, I'm a kid, and I am here to tell you why fruit is good for you. It is healthy for your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your heart, and your body. I've been sitting behind this big tray of fruit, and it looks so good, and it smells so good, and I haven't gotten one piece.
When your sport team has a great game or season, come celebrate your team's hard work at Lake Bowl and Moses Lake. Our Redemption Center game room is loaded with fun. Lake Bowl wants to help you recognize your team's accomplishments with fun and affordable packages. Bring your team in to eat, play, and have some fun. Team celebrations are a blast at Lake Bowl. Give us a call or visit our website for more information. Lake Bowl, Moses Lake's family entertainment center.
Top of the third, bottom of the order. Derek Mettler starting things off for prime time. Isaiah Parker, Jasper Rank due up in the inning 2. A scoreless contest in a game Moses Lake doesn't have to win, but would like to win. Vancouver, I guess, doesn't absolutely have to win, but their preference is to bring home a W as well. Well, it's time that we get to your shout-outs. We'll do it in the third and fourth innings. And voila, there was the number, 334-488-1385 to send shout-outs. How does it work? Probably by now you're familiar with the process. But in the rare event that you are not, as it is bunted towards third, the scoop and the throw, over to first goes Signorelli, and out will go Mettler. But what you do is just text us shout-outs. Cheer on a team or a team member, and obviously we would like to know where you are watching from. So if you don't mind, include that as well. Back to the top of the order, Isaiah Parker coming to the plate. Jasper Rank will follow. Heard a PA hum just before the pitch, which might be a little distracting to Isaiah Parker. These big speakers that are providing music and PA announcements. Then you get that hum. And it almost looked as though you did get a little bit of a reaction from Parker as the count now goes 2-0. Parker with a walk got to third in the first. As a matter of fact, it looked like a run was going to play in the first. The bases were loaded, just one out, and then Isaac Parker came in and shut down prime time. Parker hit by a pitch, goes to first. One aboard with one gone, Jasper Rank. He will make his way to the plate. Shout out says good luck to Dalton Peter and the River Dog team from Carson English at Clarendon College in Clarendon, Texas. Thanks so much. Shouting loud for number 28, Cade Schutzman. Way to play with integrity. Proud of you. Love Mom, Dad, and Kylie. Shout out to Abel, Omar, and Cam from the hashtag Puros Gaines family from Mexico. Go River Dogs. Way to go, Dylan Grawdy. Love you, Jake, from Grandma in Vancouver. Parker, the base runner at first. Rank awaits. Here's the 0-1 offering. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Took a big cut of that Parker toss. Taryn Yarnell moving to the on-deck circle. Shout out to Cade Schutzman. We're proud of you, Papa and Grandma. Here's the 0-2 offering. Baker with a couple of glances to the base runner Parker over at first. Just misses inside, 1-2. Shout out to Primetime's Dylan Hamilton. You're the man. Keep those strikes coming. Aunt Linda watching from Spokane. Shout out to Kate Schutzman. So proud of you from Laura, Miss Munden in Mesquite, Nevada. Go Primetime. Love you, Jacob from Mom. Popped high into the air. You better put on the brakes if you're Isaiah Parker and get back. It is dropped. Throw will go to second and get the out nonetheless. And you could see at the last moment what could have been the distraction from Dax Lindgren. It was like he saw Parker headed back to first, and it proved to be a distraction, but recovers as he is able to go to second, and instead of the F3, you've got the 3-6 to get out number 2, while Rank is the base runner at first. Taryn Yarnell laid down a sacrifice in the first to move Rank and Parker both into scoring position. Batting here in the third, Jacob Hammond moves to the on-deck circle. There you see the throw. Two and 0 the count. Jacob Hammond will follow. I know some are asking, and I need to verse myself on the infield fly rule, but I think it comes with either 2 outs or with 2 runners aboard. There's a scenario in which the infield fly rule is implemented. And I got a feeling we've got somebody on the other end of the broadcast that is versed on the infield fly rule. It is now 2-1 on Yarnell. And there you see again a look at the shot on the infield. Dropped by Lindgren, wound up throwing to second and got Parker. And line right at shortstop Cody Alvarado. Want the details on the infield fly rule? It's a fair fly ball, not a line driver bunt, that in the judgment of the umpire can be caught by an infielder, pitcher, or catcher with ordinary effort, and when there are runners on first and second, or first, second, and third with less than 2 outs. Don't you just love Google? I mean, you can sound like you really know what you're talking about. At least some people can. We will go to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless.
Paul Lozier was a Grant County farmer who supported a number of community causes throughout his lifetime. He created the Paul Lozier Charitable Foundation to continue his charitable giving. The Paul Lozier Scholarship Foundation provides scholarships to students attending colleges within Washington. To learn more, please visit the Lozier Foundation website at www.lozier.org or find us on Facebook. The Paul Lozier Foundation, a legacy of charitable giving.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ephrata. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
Bottom of the third, continuing with your shout-outs. Let's go prime time. Focus boys. Shout-out to prime time from Camas, Washington. If I got that wrong, please forgive me. Wrapped over towards first. Scooped up by Alex Brady. He will get to the bag ahead of the arrival of Isaac Baker. And there is one away in the third as we head back to the top of the order. And Emmett Tatum steps in. We love you, Coach Zubita. Shout out to Jacob the Wild Thing Hammond. Play hard, love Dad and Uncle Heath. Go prime time. Kate Schutzman, so proud of you from Uncle Darren and Aunt Carol from Kashmir, Washington. Shout out to Coach Jordan Zubita. You're doing a great job with this primetime team. Congrats on everything from Coach Tony. Into the strike zone to Emmett Tatum. Let's go Uncle Hayden. Love you, Kaylee and Brody. Oh, third and fourth inning long. Your shout outs from wherever you may be. Couple of tosses to Tatum, both into the zone. 0-2. Cody Alvarado moving to the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-2 to Tatum. Just missing. Top part of the inning, one base runner gets on. Hit by a pitch was Parker. Taken out on the 3-6. Rank gets on, stays on. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 left on. Nobody scores. And this Vancouver squad still looking for their first base hit of the game. Meanwhile, Moses Lake has produced a couple of base hits. 2-2 pitch. Misses 3-2. Shout out to A.J. Praneta, Abel Gomez, Cameron Valdez, Jonathan Garza here from Othello, Washington. Humbly proud of you all and your teammates. There is a strike that gets Emmett Tatum for out number 2. Shout out simply says, I love my boy. Let's go primetime hum babe. Cheering on Mettler from East Coast. Well, it's really late on the East Coast, 11:47. So you were watching a game late into the evening. Thanks so much. Cody Alvarado with 2 gone, nobody aboard. Let's go prime time. So proud of you, Hayden Williamson, number 23. Love Jenny and Jeremy. 2 up, 2 down. Alvarado batting. Dominic Signorelli moves to the on-deck circle. In the 4th for Vancouver, Hammond, Shear, and Hamilton. The 4, 5, and 6 spots 2 up. Shout out to Primetime and Coach Zubita from Nevada. Count evens up 2 each. Shout out to Derek Mettler. See you tomorrow from Uncle. Looks like we've got some folks that are planning to make the trip in, including Uncle Mike in Bellingham. Rolled foul, count stays even at 2. 48 minutes into the game in the bottom of the third with 2 away. And Dylan Hamilton. Brief conversation with Greg Chouinard. Well, when you have a conversation with a player or a coach and you're the umpire and you walk away with a smile on your face, I guess it's been a good day, a good game, and a good conversation. Count even at 2. And it will stay just that way as it's fouled off again by Alvarado. Shout out to Andre, number 22 on prime time. Let's get this win or this W, babe. Love Shania from Vancouver, Washington. Swing and a miss, chasing a high one is Alvarado. 3 go up, 3 go down, 2 are struck out. Nobody scores in the bottom of the third. We have played 3 complete. We're 49 minutes in, and the 4, 5, and 6 hitters are coming up for Vancouver in the top of the 4th.
Paul Lozier was a Grant County farmer who supported a number of community causes throughout his lifetime. He created the Paul Lozier Charitable Foundation to continue his charitable giving. The Paul Lozier Scholarship Foundation provides scholarships to students attending colleges within Washington. To learn more, please visit the Lozier Foundation website at www.lozier.org or find us on Facebook. The Paul Lozier Foundation, a legacy of charitable giving.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ephrata. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
Top of the fourth, Jacob Hammond will start things off. Andy Shear, Dylan Hamilton due up in the inning. 2 more shout-outs. Let's go River Dogs. We know you can do it from the English family, watching from the couch in our air-conditioned RV in Lubbock, Texas. That's my way of camping. If you're going to go camping, I did it one time when I was 18 years old on like an air mattress in a tent, and it took one camping trip for me to say, man, what's this all about? I mean, why am I doing this? When there's electricity and there's heat and air and there's running water and there's showers. See, and that's the way to do it. Camping in an RV and watching the game in Texas. Go Cole E. Hashtag favorite player 43 in Vancouver. Popped up. Right side in to make the catch. That is Josh Williams, and Jacob Hammond is out number 1. Andy Shear next. He has popped out to center field. Dylan Hamilton moves to the on-deck circle. Shout out to Jacob Hammond and Dylan Crotty. Keep that outfield on lock from Tyler Lee in Vancouver. And by the way, Dylan Crotty, some fantastic plays that are available for your viewing. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS on Facebook and Twitter. Shout out to Dylan Crotty in right field on prime time. Keep it up, bro, from the Giffords in Battleground, Washington. One-0 pitch lifted towards center field. Going back, Evan McClain. He's got room, and there's 2 away. 2 down for Dylan Hamilton. Well, at the crack of the bat, that one sounded like it had carry on it. But Evan McClain able to catch up with it for out number 2. It brings Dylan Hamilton to the plate. Dylan Crotty moves to the on-deck circle. Your shout-outs through the 4th, so you got about 4 more outs to squeeze them in. 334-488-1385. Nice crowd on hand, by the way, which you would anticipate. A couple of Washington teams battling one another. I do see in the stands some mask over the face. We are under an air quality alert here in Washington. Forest fires in parts of the state burning about 1 million acres has brought smoke into the Ephrata area. Foul tipped back by Hamilton, and those with lung conditions, they've been encouraged to do just that. Either stay indoors or when you go outside, don masks. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just missed, count even. Shout out to primetime players and Coach Scott from Sister Angie, Brother Mark, and Uncle Bill, and Uncle Rick. Shout out to the River Dogs from your ambassadors, Jay Brooklyn and Emily in Williston, North Dakota. Congratulations on making it a 2nd year in a row, and good luck. And if memory serves me correct, our first shout out from North Dakota. Thanks so much for watching. Parker thought he had a K. Just a little too far inside as well as a little low. And there is a base hit. First one of the contest for Vancouver. It is delivered by Dylan Hamilton. A 2-out single has got Hamilton on for Dylan Crotty. So the first base hit for Vancouver comes here a couple of outs into the top part of the fourth. And now Dylan Crotty's responsibility, move Hamilton along. Go prime time and go Jasper Rank from your Aunt Renee and Uncle Hector in Portland. And thanks, Jock Jive, for the broadcast from Hector there in Portland. Well, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you. Shout out to Parker Reeves watching in Camas. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. Camas. C-A-M-A-S, Washington. Says you could probably guess who this is. All right, well, I'm going to start guessing. Shout out to Cage Shootsman. Number 28, proud of you from Paul and Grammy Davis. High toss, Hamilton 2-second, throw not in time, and a stolen base for Dylan Hamilton. Seth Alvarado hops up, fires immediately. Just a little too much arc on it. And it drops in a little bit high. Hamilton able to slide in low. Well, thank you very much for the pronunciation guide. Those are always a preferred tactic for names that I'm going to trip over, which are numerous. Shout out to Coach Zubiana, and the Primetime Boys left mom. There goes Grawny. And left on is Hamilton. First base hit of the ball game for Vancouver comes in the top part of the inning, but left aboard is Hamilton. 4 go up, 3 go down, nobody scores. And we've still got a number of goose eggs on the board as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Since 1969, DK's Drive-In has been Ephrata's favorite spot for burgers, fries, sweet treats, and everything else in between. We are proud to continue the DK's tradition of serving our community with delicious food made to order. Come on in or swing through the drive-thru and see why DK's has been a staple of Ephrata for generations. DK's Drive-In at 805 Basin Street Northwest in Ephrata.
Lakeview Golf and Country Club. They're looking for new members, and now's the time to join. There's no initiation fee, and it's $175 a month. A great course, great people, and a professional that has instruction available. His name? Matt Campbell. Along with a good junior program, driving range and restaurant are available to the public. Come and try the good food with Amy Galloway and her staff, open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Great course, great people at the Lakeview Golf and
Vancouver picking up a base hit in the top part of the fourth, their first hit of the game, but left on is Hamilton. And we are still scoreless heading into the bottom part of the fourth. Last chance to get shout-outs in comes here in the last 3 outs of the fourth. Thanks to all the coaches and families for supporting these boys. Now we need an RBI. Yep, somebody's got to score, or we're going to spend a lot of time at the park tonight. Shout out to Kate Shootsman from the Gillinghams watching in Arley, Montana. Thank you very much. Big Sky Country. Go prime time in Jasper Rank from Mike and Laura in Los Angeles, California. Good to hear from LA. Go prime time from Coach Scott's fiance, Jennifer. Thanks, Jennifer, and congratulations to you and Scott. Let us know when the date is, and James and I will try to make it, stream it. James has just told me, our producer, that only I can hear and you cannot, that he is a renowned wedding crasher. I wonder if you are a crasher like, who was it, Owen Wilson and, I can't think of the big guy's name right now on the Wedding Crashers. Vince Vaughn. That's where he learned. And also probably picked up some techniques, some skills from the big guy whose name slips me again too, who's the comedian that's, you know, will do anything. You know, the big guy, you know, not the tall, Will Ferrell. Boy, when you get my age, you just, you know, forget names. But yeah, Will Ferrell wasn't he kind of like the guru of the Wedding Crashers? All right, well, I don't know how we got to Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, and Owen Wilson, but popped up. Congratulations, by the way, Scott and Jennifer. Well, that's a shot that looked like it was somewhere around first base, and then it stayed so long that Derek Mettler from third came over and made the catch near the foul line. One away for Evan McClain as Signorelli goes down. Now, if you look at the body language of the players, and I'm not even sure that pitcher Dylan Hamilton knew where it was, but all that mattered was that Derek Mettler did, and he made the catch for out number 1. We have had now games that have ended early. Haven't had a game go long. Should I mention this one is scoreless thus far, wrapped over towards short. Parker will go to first and get Evan McClain on the 6-3. Well, again, the shout-outs through the 4th only, so let's try to get a few more in. Keep those bats going. We love you, Coach Zubiana. Shout-out to Seth and Vance Alvarado from the Balderas family. Coach Scott in prime time. We are watching Mom, Dad, Mark, Angie, and Nick. Into the strike zone, 0-1 on Caleb Juarez. Seth Alvarado on deck, hoping for an opportunity in the 4th. Here's the Hamilton pitch. Just missed, even at 1 is the count. In the 5th, Brady Williamson and Mettler. Alex Hayden and Derek, the 8, 9, and 10 spots. Shout out says, come on, D. Swish. Take a break. 1 ball, couple of strikes. Juarez will foul it out of play. Here's the 1-2 offering. Comes in low in the count, leaving up at 2. Brady Williamson, Mettler, Vancouver producing their first hit of the ball game in the top part of the 4th. Meanwhile, you've got a Moses Lake squad trying to put some 2-out noise together with Juarez batting. He popped up to right field in the 2nd. So Jacob Hammond, we all love you. Into the strike zone, caught looking Juarez. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 4th. Well, the wedding is January 7th in Vegas, so James and I will make our plans. Thanks so much for shouting out. Delight to have you on the other end of the broadcast, and we do it in the 3rd and 4th every game, so we'll see you tomorrow as far as shout-outs go in game number 1 on Wednesday. More baseball after the break.
Come along now, join the fun in beautiful Grant County, Washington. Our lakes just can't be beat, our friends you'll love to meet in beautiful Grant County, Washington.
Call 800-992-6234 or tourgrantcounty.com. Brought to you by the Grant County Tourism Commission.
Right here in the Columbia Basin, located in Moses Lake, we've got a locally owned, operated car rental agency with a great selection of late model clean cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. They do direct billing to insurance companies when that unexpected accident happens and your car is laid up for that little moment. They're open 6 days a week with a new building and new location. 15 years of service to the Columbia Basin. Advance Rent-A-Car. Call them today, 765-39.
Top of the 5th, bottom of the order, Brady Williamson and Mettler 2 up in a scoreless ball game. There has not been a game thus far in this World Series that has been scoreless through 4. Somebody has played a run before this point in every game thus far, the 15 predecessors. But here we are going into the 5th scoreless in a 64-minute game thus far. Baker on the hill facing Brady Williamson and Mettler. Thanks again for all the shout-outs. third and fourth inning of every game, we take care of just that. Got one more task, if you don't mind, for you. That will happen in the 6th. So we're going to hang on until the 6th inning, but in the 6th, we would love to have you follow us on Twitter. And then if you do it in the 6th, we show you a little love by reading your Twitter handle on air. So hang on to do that in the 6th inning. Can follow us on Facebook, though, if you would. Jock Jive Sports is what you need to put in the search engine to find us. And you know the process in liking us. 10,174 have done so. And if you would as well, we'll say thanks in advance. Alex Brady struck out in the 2nd. Popped up over near the dugout, but there is plenty of room in front of the dugout for Dominic Signorelli to make the catch, one away. Well, back up on the scoreboard is hashtag Babe Ruth WS. That's where you need to go to see all the big plays. And hey, don't you be the only one to see those big plays. Let others like them, love them, share them, retweet them. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS in the search engine of Facebook or in the search engine of Twitter. Hayden Williamson, 0-1. Derek Metler has moved to the on-deck circle. A scoreless game into the top of the 5th. By the way, thanks. Have had a handful of texts going, hey, it's not Andy, it's Andre. So, yep, we'll have Andre Shear coming up for Vancouver in a bit. Popped up. And over near the line goes second baseman Emmett Tatum. And Hayden Williamson becomes out number 2. And when you get to a World Series, if a name is given wrong or if a name has been written down wrong, which is probably the latter in most cases, we want to give them their just dues. So you definitely give me a text message. Two gone, couple of flyouts. Brady and Williamson. Derek Metler stepping into the batter's box here in the top part of the 5th. Fouled back, 0-1. Bottom of the 5th. Seth Alvarado, Josh Williams, Dax Lindgren duo. Vancouver has had a base runner at third once. That was Isaiah Parker in the 1st. Moses Lake has not had a base runner 90 feet from home. Pitch comes in low and inside, and the count evens at 1. One ball, one strike. One and 2. Derek Metler wrapped into a 5-3 putout in the 3rd inning. He is 0 for 1. 3 base hits in the game. And this one's on the infield. Baker says he's got it. He does. And it is a 3-up, 3-down, top part of the 5th. Well, we are rolling right along into the bottom of the 5th. Somebody, though, is going to stop the train long enough to get a run across home plate. Still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. If you are a sports junkie, you know where to go for your fix. It is Jock Jive Sports, jockjive.com, 24/7. Live or archive, it's on Jock Jive. Just about any sport you want, and at practically any level. If you are into the 4 and 5 year olds playing a little t-ball, or if you want some college athletics. Hit into center field, and there the catch will be made by Jacob Hammond. And Seth Alvarado is out number 1. And by the way, if you would also like for us to cover your stuff, whether it is a big event, small event, whether it is one event, multiple events, conference, school, here's the easiest means by which to start the process. Email info@jockjive.com. INFO, info@jockjive.com. Josh Williams with a single his last at-bat. There have not been many hits. 3 total. Signorelli with 1. Williams with 1 for Moses Lake. And the lone Vancouver base hit was a Dylan Hamilton single. Right back up the middle to Dylan Hamilton. Knocked it down, recovers, gets Williams on the 1-3. And maybe overlooked in the process is the fine pitching performances. Dylan Hamilton for Vancouver, Isaac Baker for Moses Lake. Low and away with the pitch to Dax Lindgren. Isaac Parker, Jasper Rank, Taron Yarnell coming to the plate when you get to the top part of the 6th. Count evens up at 1. Two balls and a strike on Dax Lindgren. Dax was a fly out to center field. He was the middle out in the 2nd inning. Evens the count at 2. 2 teams didn't play today. They will tomorrow. Ephrata and Tucson. 1 team wrapping up pool play, Cape Cod. Another will after this game, Moses Lake. Question is, when will this game end? Before it ends, somebody's got to score, and we are scoreless through 5. Headed to the top of the 6th. New Twitter followers. Follow us in the 6th. We recognize you when we come back.
Up with today's fast-paced world can be difficult. Accelerate your life with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Surf, stream, and game like never before. Give us a call at 509-754-2600 and find out more at iFiber.tv.
Cheryl Konos Farmers Insurance is your local one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, and farm and ranch, Cheryl and Farmers are here for you. You never know when the unexpected will happen, so be ready for anything. She'll work for you to put together a package that fits your needs no matter how big or small. She's right here in Ephrata, so you can talk to her at any time. Please stop by for a free quote at 858 Basin Street Southwest or call 509-754-2550. Good luck to all the players and teams.
Keeping up with today's fast-paced world can be difficult. Accelerate your life with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Surf, stream, and game like never before. Give us a call at 509-754-2600 and find out more at
Top of the 6th, Isaiah Parker starting things off. Jasper Rank, Taron Yarnell, 2 up in the inning, 2. Here's what we do in the 6th inning. Brand new followers to Jock Jive on Twitter. We show you a little love by sending out your Twitter handle. So go to Twitter, put @JockJive in the search engine, like us, and follow us. And when you do, we're going to read those Twitter handles. It's just our way of saying thank you very much for following us on Twitter, as Jeff Sonneman will get his warm-up tosses in. So a new pitcher in. And that new pitcher is Jeff Sonneman. You have got to applaud the effort by Isaac Baker, because you may not recall, but if you go back to the first inning, he came into the game after starting pitcher Cameron Corello had struggled and the bases were loaded and there was one out. And Baker came in and got Andre Shear to fly out. He got Dylan Hamilton to fly out. Dylan Hamilton single in the fourth, and that was it. So certainly a fine job of pitching by Baker, but he hands the ball over to Jeff Sonneman. And it is Sonneman who will take over from here. Isaiah Parker, the gentleman he will follow first. All right, let's get to some new Facebook followers. Do it in the 6th inning. We read your Twitter handle at 99_Russell. At 99_Russell. Thanks for following. At Hablich_22. At Hablich_22. At Mobile Nicky. At Mobile Nicky. Thanks so much for following us on Twitter. You see how simple it is? You follow, do it in the 6th inning. We acknowledge. Couple of strikes on Isaiah Parker. He has walked and been hit by a pitch. Twice aboard here in this contest. First time, though, facing Sonneman. As a matter of fact, every at-bat for Parker, there's been a different guy. This time, he is fanned. One out for Jasper Rank. Parker walked in the first. The pitch came from Corella. He was hit in the third with Baker on the bump. And gets fanned in the 6th with Jeff Sonneman pitching. Jasper Rank next. He has walked and he's wrapped into the 3-6. Well, again, all 6th inning long. Follow us on Twitter, and our way of saying thanks is to read out that Twitter handle. Wrapped over towards short. Charging in. That is Cody Alvarado, who throws it over to Lindgren. Lindgren tried to get that little sweeping tag on Rank as he went by. Rank will get on, and the error will be charged to Alvarado. So a base runner aboard here in the top part of the 6th for Taron Yarnell. Jacob Hammond moves to the on-deck circle. By the way, 1,027 followers on Twitter, and we thank you very much for that. Dylan_Jones, by the way, was the Twitter follower that got us over 1,000. Yarnell, a sacrifice in the first, lined out to short in the third. 0 for 1 in the game. Jacob Hammond, he's on deck. One ball, no strikes. We here at Jog Jive were thankful as the pitch is inside and the runner goes, throw down, and he is safely in. Jasper Rank in scoring position for Vancouver. But with Twitter, when we were vying for 1,000, it was very quiet and calm to get there. On Facebook, when we were shooting for 10,000, we had a little discrepancy, a little dispute between the pair of guys from Kentucky, Blue Lick to be exact. As we tell people, we have appealed it to the Facebook appellate court and are looking for a ruling to see if indeed Hunter Burnett was the 10,000th like, or was it Ryan Henson? 2-1 pitch to Yarnell. He will hit it to third, scooped up on the short half by Signorelli. Looks back the runner. And Rank will stay put. Yarnell out on the 5-3. Two gone for Jacob Hammond. Hammond walked in the first, popped out to right field in the fourth. He is 0 for 1. Andre Shear moves to the on-deck circle. Jeff Sonneman trying to get out of the top part of the sixth with no run plating. There has not been a run thus far. And we are just about midway through the sixth. It is a game slated for 7. Hit right back to Sonneman, and he will take part of the trot over to first and then lob it, get Hammond on the 1-3. Left aboard is Rank. Nobody scores in the top part of the sixth, as has been the case in the top part and the bottom part of every inning thus far. We wrap up a look at new Twitter followers and take a look at Moses Lake in the bottom of the sixth.
Sure, Trustology is about sharing our financial expertise and helping our clients succeed. But it's also about helping local families enjoy a more festive holiday season, making sure parents have the supplies they need, and giving local charities everything they can grab in 90 seconds. It's employees who have a passion for serving their neighbors and the communities they live in. When you see Washington Trust's crew in blue doing their thing, that's Trustology in action. See more at Trustology.
Scoreless ball game into the bottom of the sixth. Dalton Kittner starting things off. We will see who bats second in the sixth. Previously, it had been Isaac Baker, but he was on the hill at the time. He has since come out of the ball game. So we will see. It looks like it is Jeff Sonneman who is going to the on-deck circle. So Sonneman, who came in to pitch for Baker, will come in to hit for Baker as well. Scoreless game into the bottom of the sixth. It's pool play. Somebody's got to win. You can't have one of those scenarios where you say, all right, we've played enough innings, time to go home, grab a couple of winks and come back to the park. Somebody's got to win it. 3 pitches outside of the strike zone. That one inside. Kittner had already tossed the stick. So he's going to have to go back and retrieve 3-1. There is another strike to Kittner. Three balls, couple of strikes on Dalton Kittner. This one comes in low, and Kittner will get the trip to first. Well, he had a couple of practice runs and knew how to toss the bat. And the walk issued to Kittner. He is aboard over at first. The go-ahead run on. Getting runners on, not a real big problem for the River Dogs. They've had runners in the first, second, and now 6th innings. Well, that sounds like problems, though, right? Went several innings without a runner. Problem, though, has been getting them to third and beyond. River Dogs have had base runners at second twice. Signorelli in the first, Alvarado in the second. Let's see if Sonneman tries to bunt the runner over. You would think a little small ball would be in order here in a scoreless contest. Shows bunt and does bunt. And then a miscommunication as to who would field between Dylan Hamilton and Derek Mettler. And everybody is safe. That was a miscommunication. Third base hit of the game, couple of base runners on. Dylan Hamilton, 78 pitches into his tenure on the bump. And for just the third time in the game, multiple base runners on. And we go back to the top of the order. Emmett Tatum steps in. Sonneman the base runner at first. Kittner is the base runner at second. Tatum showing bunt, would like to get both into scoring position. A scoreless game into the bottom of the sixth. A base runner in scoring position, nobody out. Emmett Tatum, he has popped out to first and struck out, pitch high. It is obvious, at least for the moment, the Emmett Tatum task, move runners over. Get Kittner to third, get Sonneman to second. Bunted back up the middle, quick throw over to third and got the lead runner. The decision was made with a bunt. Dylan Hamilton knew as soon as he fielded that he was going to throw, and apparently he got it there, but apparently it popped out of a mitt because it is there. And from that vantage point, it may look like at the last moment the ball does pop out. The pole is a obstacle that hinders the view, but let's see if Mettler hangs on. And nope, there it is. Drops out. There was a force out at third. I don't think he had the ball long enough at any point to be considered an out. Take another look. It never was really solidly in the webbing of the mitt. Bases loaded. Into the strike zone to Cody Alvarado. Kittner walks. Sonneman bunts to get aboard. An error gets Tatum on, and the bases are full for Cody Alvarado. Over the head of Alvarado, Dominic Signorelli has moved to the on-deck circle. Here is the 1-1 offering. It is the squeeze, but it is in foul territory. It is a 2-strike count. So the squeeze probably not in order. I'm not saying it wouldn't totally be out of the question, but probably not going to occur now with a 2-strike count on Alvarado. Although I think we have seen a squeeze on a 2-strike count in the World Series this year. And probably by those fighting squirrels who have worked the squeeze to perfection. That was close. Count goes even at 2. Boy, that one was pretty good looking pitch. Rolled up the middle, it is bobbled at both pitcher and second. Everybody's safe. Yarnell Throw goes over late. Base runner comes in from third, Kittner. Yarnell, the glance to second was enough to keep him from getting the out at first. And that has been charged as an error to Yarnell with the bases still loaded. Now 1-0 contest, still nobody out. Out of the strike zone to Dominique Signorelli. Hamilton just missed. Yarnell was getting instructions from his field captain. Hayden Williamson was out in front of the plate, and he pointed immediately after he was fielded by Yarnell. He said, go to first. But Yarnell goes late to first, hoping he can get somebody out elsewhere. 2-1 on Signorelli. Sonoman at third. Tatum is at second. Alvarado, the base runner, at first. Moses Lake trying to go 3-1 in pool play. Has scored their first run of the game here 91 minutes in. Into the strike zone, 2-2. Here is the 2-2 offering. Signorelli awaits. High fly ball. That will stay in the park. Catch made in center field by Hammond. Sonoman safe at home. Dominic Signorelli driving in the Moses Lake River Dogs' second run of the game. And it is now a 2-zip game. Here's the play at the plate. And definitely Sonoman there, and never even got tagged by Williamson. But claimed the intentional walk. Bases loaded again, this time intentionally to put force outs everywhere and to create an opportunity for the double play. Caleb Juarez in a 2-zip Moses Lake ball game. Here in the bottom part of the sixth. On the inside part of the plate, strike one. Juarez with a fly out to right field in the second, a strikeout in the fourth. He is 0 for 2. Into the strike zone, 0-2 on Juarez. Here is the 0-2 toss. Fouled back. It stays 0-2. More followers on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter in the sixth. Put @JockJive in the search engine. We do a reverse shout out like this one to Mikey @99_Russell. @99_Russell. That one misses barely. @ChanMan_ or actually @Chan_Man_16. @Chan_Man_16. Thanks so much for following. Here is the 1-2 offering to Juarez. High from Hamilton. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Bases full, 2 in for the River Dogs of Moses Lake. The River Dogs 2-1 in pool play. Vancouver in desperate need of a win. They are 0-2. Into the strike zone, out goes Juarez, 2 away. That will bring Seth Alvarado to the plate. Alvarado was reached on an error. He has popped out to center field. Josh Williams moving to the on-deck circle. When you get to the top of the 7th, Andre Shear, Dylan Hamilton, Dylan Crotty coming to the plate. Dylan Hamilton had kept that pitch count low. As a matter of fact, coming into the 6th was at 70 pitches. He has thrown 28 here in the 6th. 98 pitches total now. And is nearing that max of 105. Count evens up 1 each after the swing and miss by Alvarado. A ball, a strike, 3 base runners on, 2 are in, 2 gone. Into the strike zone, 1 and 2. Dylan Hamilton trying to get out of the bottom of the 6th with no more damage done. 2 have come in and scored. That one's a little wide. And the pitch count goes to 101. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Again, in Babe Ruth baseball, 105 is the max with an exception. If you are in an at-bat, you can finish the at-bat. Runner coming in from third as it is lost behind the plate by Williamson. Tatum makes it a 3-zip score. All runs coming here in the 6th. And the wild pitch will bring in Tatum, the last of which. Kittner has scored, Sonoman scored, now Tatum. Here's the payoff pitch. Just a little bit low. Bases loaded again. And a runner coming in for Alvarado. That is Cade Schuttzman. So Schuttzman will go to first. He will run for Alvarado. Bases loaded. Josh Williams coming to the plate. And Dylan Hamilton apparently is going to become the longest tenured pitcher. We've had several go 105 and leave. Nobody has gone beyond 105 because in all previous instances, the 105 came at the end of an at-bat. This 105 apparently is going to come in the middle of a Josh Williams at-bat. Fouled out of play, and that was toss 105. Well, the rules say that if the pitcher reaches the maximum pitch count limit while facing a batter, he may continue to pitch until the batter reaches base safely or he is put out. That was the 105th pitch, and thus that's the reason why he can go beyond the 105. Into the strike zone, 1 and 2. And Cooper trying to use Hamilton for the remainder of the 6th. Here is the 1-2 offering from Hamilton. Into right field. More runs will play. In comes Alvarado. In comes McClain. Sliding in safely at third is Schuttzman, and the day is done for Dylan Hamilton. ...107 pitches. And the pitch count has reached its max for Dylan Hamilton. The new guy coming in, 5 runs, playing here in the bottom of the 6th. Moses Lake on top.
Come along now, join the fun in beautiful Grant County, Washington. Our lakes just can't be beat, our friends you'll love to meet in beautiful Grant County, Washington.
Call 800-992-6234 or tourgrantcounty.com. Brought to you by the Grant County Tourism Commission.
Right here in the Columbia Basin, located in Moses Lake, we've got a locally owned, operated car rental agency with a great late model clean cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. They do direct billing to insurance companies when that unexpected accident happens and your car is laid up for that little moment. They're open 6 days a week with a new building and new location. 15 years of service to the Columbia Basin. Advance Rent-A-Car. Call them today, 765-390.
Taking a look at the numbers for Dylan Hamilton. He worked 6 2/3 innings. Or actually make that 5 2/3. Wanted to get the complete game. At least bring his squad to the 7th, but ran into a buzzsaw in the form of Moses Lake in the 5th. And welcome to the game of baseball. You can have nothing for 5 innings. You get to the 6th and 5 runs plate. And Moses Lake taking the big lead here in the bottom part of the inning. 27 did Dylan Hamilton face. Struck out 6, walked 4. And because of the limits where pitch count is concerned, he will go and Derek Mittler will check in. Mittler coming over from 3rd. So let's see who is now filling that role at 3rd. As a couple of base runners are on. At 3rd is Taman Yarnell, who has moved over from 2nd. So let's see who is now at 2nd. I think that is Dylan Hamilton. So the former pitcher has become the 2nd baseman. Hamilton at 2nd. As Mettler steps up onto the hill. And the new 3rd baseman is Taman Yarnell. So those are your defensive changes. As Vancouver still tries to get one more out. Runners at 1st and 3rd. Josh Williams is at 1st. Cade Schutzman, the base runner, at 3rd, and Dax Lindgren stepping in. A productive bottom of the 6th. Popped up. Catch made by Dylan Hamilton. Maybe a bit of an irony in that. Could not get the last out on the mound, goes to 2nd. Gets the last out there. 5 runs plate though, Moses Lake on top as we head to the 7th.
Your eyes are a window to your health. And now introducing the latest in technology for diagnosing eye disease. Ephrata Eye Care has been serving the Columbia Basin for 20 years with a friendly professional staff. They'll help you select eyewear that is right for you. Big and wide is the way to describe the selection of leading brands of eyewear. No more dilation with the new OptoMap ultra-wide field imaging. Ephrata Eye Care. Call today for your next appointment, 754-2020. Where does everyone go after the game? Where does everybody go before the game? Where does everybody go to watch the game? 12 Hawks, right in the middle of downtown Ephrata. Big screens everywhere, great food, great selection of your favorite spirits. It's where the friends meet. I'm not going to begin to describe all the items on the menu. You'll have to stop by and see for yourself. 12 Hawks, 140 West Division in downtown Ephrata.
Top of the 7th, Andre Shear starting things off. Dylan Hamilton and Dylan Crotty. All ready to face Jeff Soneman. Things have definitely changed on your line score from the top of the 6th to the top of the 7th. You still had goose eggs going into the bottom of the 6th for both teams under the R column, but as you can see, that has changed. Andre Shear, couple of flyouts to center field. Both times he was the middle out of the inning. Jeff Sonneman, the third pitcher of the game for Moses Lake. Cameron Corella got the start. Isaac Baker came in. And again, just can't overlook the performance from Baker. And now Sonneman trying to close it out for Moses Lake and guarantee Moses Lake a spot in bracket play. And as a matter of fact, if you look at the existing standings, it would be the 2 spot in the National Division. And that would leave 3 open for Blue Lick, Tucson, and still Vancouver. And if you look at tomorrow, Blue Lick will take on Vancouver. So there you've got a situation. Tucson's got the top team in Mid-County, Texas. So despite the fact Vancouver possibly, if they don't come back, exits this game 0-3, you still kind of got to like their chances. Because Blue Lick and Vancouver play one another tomorrow. Swing and a miss. Andre Shear out number 1. You would think the winner of the game is in, but don't discount the fact that Tucson, Arizona plays tomorrow. They do play the number 1 team, Mid-County, Texas. And that's going to be a tough row to hoe for Tucson, but hey, anything can happen in the game of baseball. And you've got a Tucson squad that's won 1 game. So if they were to upset Mid-County, and if Vancouver beats Blue Lick, Tucson's in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2 gone. Hamilton strikes out. Well, I'm trying to find on my sheet how Tucson, Arizona and Blue Lick, Kentucky fared against one another. If I can find that, that'd give us a clear picture. Blue Lick defeated Tucson. So it looks like Tucson could be the odd man out if Moses Lake goes on to win this one. It is popped up by Dylan Crawley. Out of play. Nothing in 1 on Dylan Crawley. Alex Brady hoping for an opportunity here in the 7th. Into the strike zone, nothing in 2. So at least for the moment, and at least into the final day of play, everybody in the National Division is still in the hunt. You like it when you come down to the wire and everybody's got a chance. So Mid-County, they will be 1. If Moses Lake wins this, they will be 2. If Tucson upsets Mid-County, and they've got to have Vancouver knock off Blue Lick to have a shot for Tucson. If Vancouver beats Blue Lick and Mid-County beats Tucson, Vancouver's in. Hit towards left field. And there is a flyout. Dylan Crawley flying out to Dalton Kittner, and this ball game is over. It is a 5-zip win for Moses Lake, and with a win, they can punch their ticket. They are in bracket play. Mid-County, Texas will be the 1 team no matter what. Moses Lake now will be the 2 team, no matter what. Question is, who will take that 3rd spot in the National Division? Will it be Blue Lick, Kentucky? Will it be Tucson, Arizona? Or will it be Vancouver, Washington? Each has still got a chance. In the American Division, not quite as cut and dried, at least for the